are amazing things! Have you ever tried to ride a bike on the icy surface? It's almost impossible. Cool as an idea, and it probably required a lot of creativity and skill to make. This decision looks outstanding. These tricky wheels create amazing adherence with ice, you know? Besides, the ice isn't broken, and you can move comfortably. The only question is, aren't there any normal roads nearby? Awesome! You kind of start losing patience because the ball won't move into the hole, and then more balls are coming. This game is for people who are stable and well balanced, as waiting for the end requires perseverance. Those of you who had such a toy in childhood know what I'm talking about. A perfect fitness machine for your nerves. Kids probably love it. There is something magical about bubbles. You can watch them for hours. They always remind you of childhood, of the simpler days in the past. Making them is a pleasure. The ones here are really cool. The effect is impressive and can be easily achieved, which is nice, and adjusted if you change the lighting for neon, for instance. Awesome! Yowza, that was lightning fast, or nearly that. What was that? The speed of a spaceship? Impressive and nerve-rattling both for a driver and other people, you know? But Bugatti is awesome. Nice. Not sure if the engineering here is worth admiration, but the driver must be really skillful to maneuver like that. Can you make any kind of a turn with that construction, or does it have its limitations? Is there some kind of a joint screwed to the roof? It looks like a thing that solves one problem, but simultaneously creates a few others. What a beautiful sight! Dolphins are wonderful creatures, but just look at the sky. The horizon, the hills in the background, all the shades of yellow, orange, and red, gorgeous! Where are those boys going? Do they have a plan? They seem to. Like invading something? Or simply partying? Well, none of our business. Dolphins know what they're up to. Would you like to play with them? Oh, that's a fun fact. Is this its way to protect itself? Well, even if it protects itself from the rain, it fails to oppose the ruthless wind. The life of a dandelion is short, but bright. And just look at that glass, so exquisite. Lucky dandelion, they could have taken something simpler, but no. Here it is, sophistication itself. Great, so cool. When it starts speeding up until it reaches that point when the sound seems even, that was very smooth. Excellent acceleration and wonderful beat. Is playing like this tiring for a drummer? Somehow this sound evokes anxiety and gets on the nerves. Just a little bit, but it's difficult to stand it for a long time. Do you agree? Amusing. Makes you think of Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. He was really good at making smoke rings, and little hobbits loved watching him do it. But even he wouldn't probably be able to cover such distance. And to think that it has kept its shape? Stunning! How far can it go without being dissolved? Interesting. Adorable! That little guy looks as if he's the busiest person in the world. Lovely. He knows what he's doing, he does. And he also knows how to hold himself. What a posture! But what makes him walk like that? Is this due to the clothes he's wearing, or is it caused by the wooden floor? Do you want to know? Automation and robotization everywhere. Making things faster, more efficient, more cost-effective. A person would never be able to cut a pineapple as fast as it is done by this machine. However, is it easy to clean it? It looks like a lot of work, so if you don't eat pineapples very often, maybe it would be easier to cut it with a simple knife. Too complicated, you know? It looks so harmless from the distance. Reminds a worm or a small lizard. It certainly doesn't look like that when you're on the coast and this thing is approaching you. Ugh, so cool to see how the tail of the crocodile is making synchronous movements with the grass as if it was a dance. Is it searching for food? It's not a cool idea to be nearby. Nice! A phrase we all remember since our childhood. One of the funniest cartoons and favorite characters, Porky Pig. You kind of even hear the music when watching it. It's fun to think how technology has changed everything. Is the person writing it actually left-handed, or is it done with the left hand because it won't be possible otherwise? Wow, beautiful! The white petals that appear when the balloon is being popped are particularly interesting. How big is it? Knowing the exact parameters would be nice. Blowing it must be both exciting and very responsible. What if it doesn't work? The sound it pops with is probably stunning. What was the reason they made it? Some kind of a competition? Gorgeous with the sound on. How many balls are taking part? You don't really want it to stop. If there were more steps, I wouldn't mind. Keep going. There is something soothing in this sound. The construction looks nice, reminds me of a toy. Is producing the sound its only job? Looks like a piece of cake. Is it really that easy? Doesn't snow stick to the surface? There's that dense layer at the bottom. It usually requires a lot of work. Or is the problem solved with the strength of the blowing? This thing reminds me of a vacuum cleaner. How loud is it? In case I want to annoy my neighbors. Watching it in slow-mo is a pleasure. It wouldn't be so spectacular if it weren't for this effect. The cat is lovely, adorable, and cuddly. Who wouldn't catch and hug it? A person with no heart? The hug at the end simply makes you melt down. Did they practice it? It's not that easy to make your cat jump like that, is it? But they're amazing. Wow, magical! At first it looks like a mixture of a bubble and a balloon. The color is great, but the best moment is when it gradually turns into some kind of fog, and then starts dissolving, and then whoa, and everything is covered in turquoise, a strange cosmic wave, and what's with the surface? It looks like water, but it's too still. Take some time before you figure out what's happening here. But the minute you do, you burst out laughing. It's a mixture of silly, absurd, and creative all at once. To think of the time one must have spent to make it, the reactions of people who see it in real life are probably priceless and worth a try. The man seems to be a fan of Doctor Who. Now we've seen everything. The impossible is possible. What's next? Pigs will fly? For some strange reason, you kind of sympathize with the apple. It looks unnatural and supposedly very uncomfortable for a poor fruit. It won't fit in. Other apples will tease it. It's so hard to be different. Eat it. There's no chance its life is going to be happy. That's enough for today. Please subscribe not to miss all the amazing stuff on this channel. See ya!